From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, November 28th, 2016. Silver is trading at $16.62 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,188 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.8 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $738. Antiwar.com reports on a move that appears set to further exacerbate sectarian tensions within Iraq. The Iraqi Parliament has voted to fully legalize armed Shi'ite militias as a state-sanctioned entity with guarantees of military-level wages for all of their fighters. The militias have grown dramatically during the war against the Islamic State and are estimated to number over 100,000 fighters. The groups have been highly controversial as many have engaged in violent purges of Sunni Arabs in liberated areas from which the Islamic State was expelled. The new law aims to give these groups a greater veneer of legitimacy, but does not appear like it will restrict such purges. The law also explicitly excludes the groups from restrictions on age of recruits as well as education, allowing them to recruit people normally ineligible to be in Iraq's military. The vote was broadly opposed by Iraq's Sunni Arab minority, with Vice President Osama Nujafi complaining that it marks a dangerous move away from political inclusion and creates a force that will ultimately operate parallel to the police and military. Shiite officials dismissed the complaints, insisting the only people who could possibly be opposed are Sunni politicians following foreign agendas. Since the last parliamentary election took place during the war against the Islamic State, much of the Sunni population was not given a vote at any rate and were subsequently far too small a portion of parliament to oppose the move. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need Spend-A-Bit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. Spend-A-Bit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit spendabit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. Spendabit.co. UPI reports one person is in custody after suspicious devices were found at 3 vandalized Starbucks, including one that detonated and caused minimal damage to a franchise in southeast Albuquerque. The FBI announced the arrest Saturday after the incident occurred early Friday. The FBI, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the Albuquerque Police and Fire Departments are investigating. The individual arrested has not yet been named. Before the arrest, the FBI released photos from surveillance video of a suspect involved in the incident at one of the stores. All 3 stores have since reopened despite multiple windows having apparent bullet holes. Glass doors at some of the locations were shattered. A witness who lives near one of the Starbucks told local media, "We heard gunshots go off and then we heard a large explosion." 2 other suspicious fires occurred in the area earlier in the week. After new condominiums went up in flames, Albuquerque firefighters called the incident suspicious. The FBI is also looking into another fire around the same time at a pro-life ministry. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports U.S. authorities said on Sunday they had no plans to forcibly remove activists protesting plans to run an oil pipeline beneath a lake near the Standing Rock Sioux Reservation in North Dakota, despite telling them to leave by early December. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, who manages the federal land where the main camp protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline is located, said last week it would close public access to the area north of Cannonball River on December 5th. On Sunday, the agency said in a statement it had no plans for forcible removal of protesters. The statement said anyone who remained would be considered unauthorized and could be subject to various citations. It also said emergency services might not be adequately provided to the area. The statement said the Army Corps of Engineers is seeking a peaceful and orderly transition to a safer location. This will reduce the risk of harm to people in the encampments caused by the harsh North Dakota winter conditions. At the main protest site, where about 5,000 people are camped, protest organizers told a news conference they had no intentions of moving. There are smaller camps on land not subject to the planned restrictions, including an area south of the Cannonball River where the Corps said it was establishing a free speech zone. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.